Anushtup is what generally we call. So there is a generic name which is given to a particular meter which is having 8 syllables. Suppose I have 6 syllables, that will be called as Gayatri. If you have 7, it is called Ushnik. Suppose you have 8, it is called Anushtup. 9, Trishtup. 10, Pankti. See, Gayatri, Ushnik, Anushtup, Prati, Pankti, Trishtup, Jagati. You understand? It is a list of the names of those syllable meters. Okay. Now you have something called Anushtup which is quite common. And in Anushtup, the Saraswati Namastubhyam, Guru Brahma, etc. Or, for instance, most of the verses in Bhagavad Gita, almost 99-98% verses, they will all be in what is called Shloka Vritta. So Anushtup has one of the varieties, and the variety is called Shloka. And it has something called Pramanika, it has something called Vidyunmala, and so on and so forth. How does it vary? Suppose I have all of them are long, you call it as Vidyunmala. Suppose I have short, long, 4 times, I will call it as Pramanika. So suppose you take this Saraswati Namastubhyam or Guru Brahma, you can easily try to recognize the pattern. And you will see that the constraint that has been imposed here are only in 5, 6 and 7. The rest are all free. Okay, that way it is easy to construct Anushtup. So the other verses have every syllable has a fixed pattern. Okay, and now the reason for this slide is the kind of variation that has been displayed by various poets in India is something which is outstanding. On the other hand, if you look at the compositions in other languages, so it is all very restrictive. Okay? So they classify like this, but then, so those who have studied Shakespeare much, they know that he uses one particular pattern very frequently. Anybody? Pentameter. Okay. Iambic pentameter, correct. Iambic pentameter is what he uses. So what is iambic is this. So pentameter you will just repeat 5 times, that's all. So there is not much variation. You choose one thing and then that you keep repeating. Okay, that is how it goes. So they use the name stressed and unstressed. That's how it goes in English. Anyway, so that or it can be a combination of these two, but nothing much special. Okay, this also will leave. This Pingala's Chandas Sutra has an interesting commentary called Mruta Sanjeevini. This was authored by Halayudha. Maybe even at that point, so there were not much people who were taking it forward. Therefore, maybe he writes a commentary called Mruta Sanjeevini. Okay, that which gives life to what is this. Okay, anyway, so that's what it is. Here are the first 2 chapters of Chandas Shastra. Okay. First 2 chapters. I said it is only 308 sutras. You can print it on A4 page. Okay, front and back over. The Shastra is over. But then, so these are some very interesting things. I will show you once again later. But just read them. See, Di Shri Stream Varasai Kaguhar Vasudhas Satekvat Kadasaj Kimvadabh Nahasan Grill Gante Dhadi Paraha He Lausaha Glau Ashtav Vasavayiti. So this doesn't seem to be making any sense as of now if you read, right? But then this forms the basis for studying the entire text. This can be taken as Paribhasha Sutra. So he introduces certain concepts which he will be employing later through this 15 sutras. I will explain this to you in a moment. But just notice something here. M, you separate out. The last one, the first 8 sutras up to Nahasan, you can see some interesting things. First sutra has all the 3 words which are long. Dhi, Shri, Stri. Okay? Now come to the 8th sutra. All short. Nahasa. You understand? So now in 3 syllables, how many variations can you have? Only 8. So what he does is, he starts with long, 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 and he ends with short, short, short. In order to indicate this particular pattern, suppose I want to say, this is this pattern. So I would like to introduce it by Magana. Magana means Guru, Guru, Guru. Suppose I say Nagana means Laghu, Laghu, Laghu. Suppose I say Ragana,
Guru, Laghu, Guru.
Guru, Laghu, Guru. You understand? Kaguhar. Suppose I say Sagana, Laghu, Laghu, Guru. Okay? So this he wanted to indicate by some letters. Okay? Which will be very useful later in order to specify the pattern. You understand? The pattern, you just divide that into 3, 3. So then you will be able to span the entire composition. Okay. So this is the first 8 sutras. Now come to the 9th. 9th is Grill.
That's the 8th one.
Huh?
That's the 8th one.
No. After the sutra I put the number. Okay? Number is after the sutra. So Grill. So here he wants to indicate that this is Laghu. Gr. Gr is a Laghu. So Laghu will be like this. You understand? Then Gante. Gante should be split as G Ante. Okay? So Ante G means the Laghu which appears at the end will be treated as Guru. Okay? G Ante. Then Dhradiparaha. Dhradiparaha means, so this Dhra is a conjunct consonant. How is it formed? Dh, R, A. Right? So if you have a conjunct consonant appearing in front, the previous one, even if it were a Laghu, will be considered as a group. Okay? So Dhradiparaha. So if you want to understand this, I'll just show you. So now you see Sushrushasva. Consider this. How many syllables are there? 4. Sushrushasva. So now mark the pattern. No. Laghu, Guru, that will be considered as a group. No, not Sha. Because it is followed by a conjunct consonant. You understand? That's what the Dhradipara is. And it is quite understandable because, so when you say Sushrushasva, when you want to say Shas, so you naturally take 2 beats of time. Okay? Sushrushasva. So therefore, the sutra says, okay, so this syllable, even if it is short, if it is followed by a long one, see, Dhra Adi means Dhra is one specific example. Okay? So wo Adi mein hoga to Means if the conjunct consonant appears later, that Pradaparaha will also be considered as a group. Now, He. So this He, see, if you see, this the sutras, they are composed in such a way in those days. They would like to, in fact, there is a phrase, you know, that people say, Ardhamat Lagavena Putrotsavam Manyante Vayyakarana. What does it mean? If you are able to reduce half a beat in trying to compose a sentence, that is considered as the joy derived by giving birth to a child. Putrotsavam Manyante. Okay, so that is how the phrase goes. So in those days when they were trying to compose sutras, they would like to keep it as minimal as possible. So that is why, see, G Ante. So this L will come from this. This is what is called Anuvritti. Okay. Similarly, Radiparaha, Lakhuhu, Api Guruhu. You have to borrow La and Ga here. Now what is Guru? He. See. He, G. In fact, G should come from this sutra to this. We call Manduka Pruti. Okay, sometimes it will jump one sutra, sometimes it has to jump more than one sutra. Okay, that they call as Manduka Pruti.
How
Like a frog jumping.
you
Okay.
know only from Bhashyam?
Which one? Yeah, yeah. This is, of course,